9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Got me up the coast, boy. Wanna hear the ocean roar crash over me. Then ride it home, dance it out in moonlight. Hold me tight and don't let go. Watch over me. We are all stardust, stardust, stardust. Left behind, left to find. Find one another, face the sun, fear no one, 'cause we are all one, we are all one, we are all, we are all one, we are all. Pick me up, get moonshine, put me into overflow.
Superstar. Hey everybody! Happy New Year's Eve. We might hear fireworks. Like I've heard people lighting off fireworks in the background, of course, and it's got Bandit going crazy, and I feel like my throat's starting to hurt from every single time there's a holiday or where we have, are going to be around family and stuff or get out and about, we get sick every time because we're not used to being around people, I think, as much as, most, So as soon as we're around people, we get sick. Caitlin's been sick ever since Christmas, and I feel my throat starting to hurt. And I just, we all know how Ziggy does when she's sick. Turn into a baby. But today's wiener, though, is Chloe. That's exciting. On New Year's Eve, she's the wiener. Say hi to my sister. Hi, sister-in-law. Hi, Jam's sister-in-law. Now you got like several other people in the chat saying hi. I saw my family not even through Christmas. Sometimes, like, I don't know what this. I just got more money sent to me, 15 on. Oh yeah, Laura's trying to get me to put more money on somebody's books for Fred. I just got off the phone with Fred. That's why my live got postponed 10 minutes, because he actually called like at 6:10 when I had it set for 6:20. So yeah, my apologies. Hey Marie and Grace, Diana, Dee Dee, and Kathy, Hawk. So I thought we were talking about yesterday how we haven't gone over any other cases like forever. Even back in the day, early Summer Wells case, we would sometimes look at other cases that would come up and stuff and talk about, but haven't done that for a while. But this case it brings up a lot of debate because some people, it's a very unique case. I still don't know how I feel about it. But let's pulled up some. Let's read this one real quick. For those who, surprisingly, yesterday when I was talking about this case, mentioning it, there's a lot of people that didn't know a lot about this case, which is surprising to me. So this was just put out like an hour ago. It says Gypsy Rose Blanchard takes to social media after prison release. Finally free. Gypsy Rose Blanchard was convicted of second-degree murder for role in stabbing death of her mother, Dee Dee Blanchard. Let's see what. I don't think this is gonna. Okay. It's Minnesota. I don't think that's about this case. Gypsy Rose Blanchard established herself.
Right now, 468 million children.
Established herself on social media following her release from Missouri prison. Let's see. Okay, when I click that, it doesn't take me to her social media. On Sunday, the 32-year-old posted a selfie to her Instagram account, which has nearly 5 million followers, showing off her New Orleans Saints jersey, writing in the caption, Louisiana love, NFL game day. Let me see here. Here's what she posted. This was 6 hours ago. Finally get to wear my beautiful wedding ring. I love you, Ryan S. Anderson. Have you guys seen this guy? She got married in prison. And some think he's some kind of opportunist. The guy's name is Ryan. We'll go and check that out here in a second.
Gypsy, I'm finally free. I just wanted to send a quick video to thank everyone for the massive amount of support that I've been getting on social media. Everyone has been really, really nice and supportive, and I really appreciate that. It's nice to be home. I'm back home in Louisiana, enjoying a beautiful day outside, and I've got a lot of great things happening really soon. I've got my documentary series coming out, The Prison Confessions of Gypsy Rose Blanchard. I just put out an ebook that I'm super proud of. It's not a rehashing of everything that happened. It's more of my reflection of everything that I've learned and experienced in the last 8.5 years. So my ebook is called Release: Conversations on the Eve of Freedom, which you can pre-order now. And again, just thank you guys for all the support, and keep watching. Okay, bye.
So somebody here put, I am so happy she's free. I don't know why people are giving her so much hate. She was just a girl who wanted to get out of a terrible situation and live her life the way she wanted. Somebody replied, a guy named this Corey says, because she talked some mentally delayed guy into killing her mother, and now she's out, married, making money off of the murder of her mother, and he's stuck in jail for the rest of his life. And then somebody wrote, honestly, the mom would have killed her if she didn't. had definitely had prior convictions. He was absolutely mentally disturbed. Gypsy used all of this in her favor, though. She knew about Nicholas's past. See, so she convinced some guy. This is her husband. Ryan and Gypsy. A New Year's Eve kiss with my hubby. Watch how our love story began on the Prison Confessions of Gypsy Rose Blanchard, airing on Lifetime TV. I hear she was supposed to go see a game, a Kansas City Chiefs game, which she now is ordered to leave Missouri. Her parole officer feels like, I guess they feel like it's not safe for her to be in Missouri or whatever. Says that she's in Louisiana, but she was disappointed because she was wanting to meet Taylor Swift, who is dating one of the players from the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's see here. So here is, see these, what she would make her do. She would wear these wigs and stuff because she had to pretend that she had all these ailments, and she even had a feeding tube implanted or whatever that she didn't even need. Says Gypsy Blanchard, now 32, was sentenced to 10 years in prison for second-degree murder in 2016 when she was 24. But under Missouri law, she became eligible for parole after serving 85% of her sentence. She was convicted of second-degree murder in 2016. She convinced an online boyfriend to kill her mother, Claudine Dee Blanchard, after she had allegedly forced her to pretend that she was suffering from leukemia, muscular dystrophy, and other serious illnesses for years. Her mother was found stabbed to death in their Springfield, Missouri home in June 2015. According to experts, years of psychological and physical abuse, as well as being subjected to numerous unnecessary surgeries and medical tests, are said to be what drove Gypsy to want to kill her mother. Dee Blanchard, a single mother, likely suffered from a mental illness called Munchausen syndrome by proxy, which occurs when a person attempts to produce psychological or physical symptoms in another person, according to health experts. Experts believe Blanchard's mother, Claudine, had Munchausen syndrome by proxy, a psychological illness in which a person, in this case, pretends another person, Gypsy, is ill in an effort to receive attention or material items out of sympathy for the victim. The prison that I was living in before with my mom, it's like I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat, I couldn't have friends, I couldn't go outside, and play with friends or anything, Gypsy said during an ABC 2020 interview in 2018. Over here, I feel like I'm freer in prison than living with my mom, because now I'm allowed to just live like a normal woman. So let me see what you guys are saying here. Oh, Giselle, thank you so much for gifting 5 Ziggy memberships. That's so awesome of you. I hope her dad protects her from people exploiting her. Who's her dad? I haven't looked into that much. Yeah, probably. I really fear she is being exploited again, if not by her husband and family, than she will by the media. I wish she would just bunker down and learn to live life in true freedom. That's true. He made that choice, so you know, I don't think like he could have made a choice to try to get her help or something else. You know what I mean? I know he was mentally disturbed or whatever, but obviously he's dangerous. But with her situation after years, like, gosh, so 10 years she was sentenced to. What in 24, when she was 24 years old is when she was arrested, right? So when was this planning to end? Like, her mom was going to do this like forever. Her dad seems nice and balanced. Let's see. Last visit with my wife, 53 days left. Somebody says, I'm just saying this what happened to her boyfriend that she went to jail with. Whatever happened to him, is this him? No. Oh my gosh. I dearly hope this is a genuine relationship and you're not doing it for fame. This poor woman deserves better. Here's the thing. It wasn't self-defense, though. She could have easily ran away or told people what was going on. She didn't have to risk anyone's. See, and I know people say that, like, oh, she could have ran away and stuff, but she was, like, my issue with that is, I mean, she didn't know, she wasn't even allowed to go outside. She didn't even have an education, guys. Like, I don't think she had even passed a, like, second grade education or something like that. She didn't have, like, her mom ruined her life. I mean, yeah, something good might come over out of this. I mean, yeah, she's gonna probably make money off of her story. But she did have to endure a lot of. It's not like this is all. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. I could see the issue of people would have of making money off of somebody's death in this manner, but I look at Gypsy Rose as like the victim. I do. I just look at her as the victim. I think it's terrible what her mother did to her. Yeah, her mom had her listed as mentally incompetent. Exactly. Didn't one time she try to, and then they brought her back to her mom or something? She was mentally, emotionally, and physically abused her life by the person who was supposed to protect and love her. She wouldn't have known different. She had been in a prison. She didn't even. I'm surprised that she was even able to sneak to get on the internet, really. But there's a whole thing to that too, like a whole story to how she was able to do all that too. She could, but she was supposedly incompetent is the problem. So she couldn't just run away. Was starved for punishment. Yeah, tied to beds and or chained to beds and I'm surprised she didn't get temporary insanity or something like some kind of mental institute or something. Let's see if we could get. Maybe we need a. Let me see. How does this person have 1.5? How the hell does this person have over a million? See, this stuff doesn't make sense. I'm trying to find like a short video we could watch so people could be those who don't know much maybe can hear more about this story. But this guy has 1.57 million subscribers, but only 96 views in 5 hours. That doesn't even make sense. In one comment.
That name has been trending for the past couple days,
But look,
and I'm here to tell you guys why that's even trending. Like myself, I had no idea this was even a thing, but for the past couple of days, I've been doing tons of research. I'm here to educate you guys and tell you the story of Gypsy Rose Blanchard and why she's so popular nowadays. Boys and girls, welcome back to another fresh, delicious, brand new video. Gypsy, in this case, it's a daughter that killed her mother. How is that even being praised in the media? Well, I'm here to educate you guys on why. Well, let's go ahead and rewind the clock and tell you guys the story of Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Gypsy had a mother by the name of Dee Dee Blanchard. Now, at a very young age, almost to the age of 3.
And I agree. Dee Dee Blanchard does look like Daisy Cow.
Gypsy was a victim of Munchkins by proxy. Now, if you guys are not familiar with what that term is or what that is, it's basically someone that gaslights someone into thinking they're very terminally ill and reaping the profits of it. Now, as you guys can probably connect the dots, you guys are going to know how this is going to snowball into. But yes, Dee Dee Blanchard is a woman that lied to her own daughter and told her that she is clinically ill. Like, there's tons of things wrong with her. She can't walk, she can't speak. She even lied to her own family, and all of this was for sympathy and financial gain. Dee Dee also had a background in the medical field, which is why she was able to also lie to doctors, tell them symptoms that were not really there present.
Oh my gosh, was she a nurse too? Was she she must got her education from the same college that Day Day did. The thing is not only the horrible physical torture, but the mental abuse. She has only learned to manipulate to get what she wants, and that's why I pray she has here. Yeah. Her mom looks like her husband. Oh my God. Oh God.
But can ultimately diagnose her daughter with all these illnesses that she did not have. Now, obviously, Gypsy at a very young age, she was skeptical, yes, but she kind of believes her mom. She gave her the benefit of the doubt that maybe she is telling the truth. Maybe she is ill with all of these illnesses that she proclaims she's had. Leukemia, which is a cancer, and all of these other illnesses that she supposedly had. She couldn't even talk. She couldn't even walk, according to Dee Dee. She was not able to physically walk, so she was in a wheelchair for most of her life. She also even lied about her own age, making her 4 years younger than she really is, and therefore she's able to reap these benefits of her being an underage. And under the parental guidance of Dee Dee, for much longer. And you might be asking, what are these benefits that she was getting out of all of this? Well, Dee Dee started GoFundMe's for one. People felt sad, people felt bad, so they started donating to her. And even the Habitat of Humanity sponsored a trip to like Disneyland and other trips around the world. She traveled the world, all in the pretenses that she was terminally ill, and this is like her dream goal to do all this stuff. And at the end of the day, Gypsy was perfectly fine. Now, why is Dee Dee in jail and not her mother, you might be asking? Because that's kind of odd, right? Her mother should be in jail, not.
Why isn't Gypsy in jail? Or why isn't Dee Dee in jail? And now I'm getting confused. Think Ziggy should read cards for us on him. And who's that? I agree, Cupcakes. I hope she is too.
Gypsy. Her mother was the one behind all of this, the mastermind behind all of it. But Gypsy is in jail. How is that even possible? Well, when Gypsy was around 18 to 20 years old, like her real age, obviously her mother had lied and said that she was 16. But she met this guy online by the name of John, and her and John got along very well. They even went on a date, obviously with Gypsy's mom, Dee Dee.
Name. That's a big difference. One doctor was a friend, and he sent Gypsy to specialists he knew for one. Yeah, I know. He doesn't, it's confusing. Like, I don't know if he really knows.
She was also there, but they also got a moment alone when John carried her to a bathroom nearby. And at this time, Gypsy already knew all of this was going on and how her mom was doing this all for attention and all of these benefits. So she was able to communicate with John on how are we going to stop my mother on doing this? How are we going to stop her from?
Yeah, I don't like that guy. He doesn't. I need somebody who has more knowledge on the case than I do. He doesn't really have any, I don't think. Yep, he got kicked out of the state of Missouri. Gypsy Rose Blanchard vows to stalk Taylor Swift after being banned from meeting her. What?
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that
Gypsy Rose has vowed to meet Taylor Swift after being banned from being able to meet her. This was revealed after Gypsy said that she planned on meeting Taylor on December 31st at Travis Kelce's latest NFL game. Not long after Gypsy said this, her dreams of meeting Taylor were quickly squashed. This happened after it was reported that her parole officers have said that her and her loved ones need to move. She was recently notified by her parole officer that she and her loved ones needed to get out of Missouri. The reasoning behind this is a bit unclear, but what we do know is that Gypsy was told local law enforcement officials spoke to the state corrections unit and notified them they wanted her gone ASAP. News outlets have been told this might be because of security risks her continued presence might present to the Kansas City area where she's been hanging out for the past 24 hours or so. Because of this, it means she cannot attend Travis's latest Kansas City Chiefs game that is happening on December 31st. Many fans are glad about this because some people think that Gypsy is an obsessed stalker of Taylor. Gypsy.
What? Oh. I say only to a guy that tells this story. Have you watched any of the interrogations of yeah, well, on the news? On interrogations? No. Interrogation. They have those out? I don't know if I watched this, probably at some point, but
want to get a little bit of information from you. So, since this is the first time I've ever met you, okay, so what is the correct spelling of your first name?
It's Gypsyrose, and my middle initial is A.
Okay.
And my last name is Blancard.
BLANCA.
so not that it matters, but so Rose is not her middle name; it's her part of her first name. Okay. Yeah, she even talks like a child.
HA.
Blancharde is Blanchard.
Blanchard. Okay. Okay. All right. And your date of birth, Gypsy?
Is 7/27/1995. On here they have 91 because for me it's a long story, but
okay, sure.
Me and my mother are Hurricane Katrina survivors.
Okay.
And my birth certificate was washed away in Katrina.
Okay.
And unfortunately, they messed up a long time when they messed up the paperwork, and it said 1991, but it's actually 95.
Okay. And that puts you at how old then?
I would be really 19, but on here it's my Medicaid. My medical insurance has 23.
Okay. All right. So how old actually are you? Let's get
19.
19. Okay.
It's all screwed.
Yeah, absolutely. Gypsy,
So she's lying right here about her real age because she's saying she's 19. This is confusing. I think I don't know. She was, I mean, can you imagine though, your whole life being told like, I mean, from a baby, she thought something's wrong with her. I pulled up the other video, Jan. Maybe that's probably a better one to watch since it has the same interrogation parts of it, but it's like it's just like yes.
so I want to know, okay, why? Why did you guys hurt my mom?
I would never hurt my mom.
Okay, so you
felt like if you killed the mom, then that's the only way she could.
I truly didn't believe that nobody believed me if I told anyone.
What happened with your mom at night?
I don't know. What happened with my mom at all?
Okay, you just listen to me. Okay, guys.
In our darkest hour.
And I want to start off with saying things are not always as they appear.
Hey, you.
Yeah. Did you see her husband bring a camera crew with him to pick her up? Then he was in a hotel with a cam man without Gypsy. What? I have heard something. I didn't know he brought a camera crew to pick her up. You know what? What I'm guessing, Debbie, is that was probably Lifetime or somebody who's doing a story with her and her husband. Because she just on the Instagram post, she was just saying something about following their love story and that it's going to be on Lifetime TV or something. So what I guess is that, yeah, I bet that was them filming it because I bet that wasn't him. He does. I mean, he does look strange, but He's using her for money, and yes, was driving some WWE yellow car. What? Yeah, she is quirky herself. She is. It's not like she's. I mean, she's kind of odd, but some weird car. I think I watched it, but...
And welcome. My name is Mike, and in this here video, what we're going to look at is one of, if not the most famous case of Munchausen syndrome by proxy. Munchausen syndrome by proxy is a condition where a caregiver gives the appearance of multiple health issues to another person simply for, you know, like attention and sympathy. Dee Dee Blanchard looked after her very ill daughter, Gypsy Rose, until one day in 2015, Mama Dee Dee was found dead by stab wounds. And when
you guys have to watch, like, the also over time, like, her... Does she have fake, like, dentures right now? Does anybody know? Because her teeth rotted out, so... Is she wearing dentures? Is that... He's crazy protective of her. Gypsy Rose's father. Why does he look like... Why does he look more normal than Dee Dee? Like, how did that even happen? I mean, he's not as... They took like a permanent. Men that write Chris Watts, men do it too. Yeah. I mean, better looking than what you would expect for somebody who was with Dee Dee Blanchard. Day-Day lookalike.
the police discovered this, there was no sign of her daughter, Gypsy Rose, who had every illness in the book. Or did she? This is the case of Dee Dee and Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Dee Dee and Gypsy Rose lived together in a small bungalow in Springfield, Missouri, and they were well liked by the local community by all accounts. Dee Dee was 48 years old. She was known to be a lovely, generous, friendly woman, and was a full-time carer for Gypsy Rose, her teenage daughter. Gypsy Rose didn't have much luck.
So where are you going today? I'm going to Children's Mercy Hospital to see my dentist for my teeth. And we'll be back. And we'll be back soon. Not yet.
She was confined to a wheelchair, had an oxygen tank, suffered from, according to Dee Dee, a litany of ailments: leukemia, muscular dystrophy, epilepsy, asthma, eye problems, brain damage. Yeah. You name it, she...
So she's going on all these trips and everything because of her daughter's supposed illnesses and ailments. And she's going to go around the world. She's even getting a free house. Yeah, so I think she was definitely liking but I don't. She didn't plan it out too well. She had to come up with the whole story of the 4-year thing, though. To like, as far as playing it out, well, what I mean is like, what was she gonna do when she turned 18 and when she started? I think she was literally hoping just to keep her forever. As like a prisoner. Mental health issues, yeah. But I hear he had a record too, though. Like, GoFundMe, living the life off her daughter's back. Yeah. Imagine the lifelong trauma and issues she's gonna have because of her mom. For one, prison she's already had to deal with. She already had her physical her physical like detour I can't say the word, deterioration of her teeth, and the surgeries, like the several 30 plus surgeries, unnecessary surgeries she had. She could eat just fine, but her mom, and for some reason, insisted she couldn't and needed a feeding tube. Like, it's crazy. It's horrible. That's how much her new husband looks like her mom. He does look like her mom. I agree. Yes, 30 plus surgeries. I saw an article say 30, so I'm just saying 30 plus. At least I saw an article that said at least 30 surgeries. Yeah, surgeries on, like, the medications that they were having her take, or that Dee Dee was, all these medications that she didn't need just rotted out her teeth, and probably, like somebody was saying earlier in the comments, about her bones too. Like, can you imagine if her teeth were deteriorating like that? I'm sure her bones are very fragile due to the abuse that was put on her body at such a young age for a very long time, through very pertinent times of her development. She is going to suffer her whole life because of her mom's abuse in some way or another. Do you think that I don't believe that she would have ever done such a thing had she not been in that situation. I mean, I don't know the woman, Gypsy, but I think a lot of people, the saying, when people are desperate, they do desperate things. And I think a lot of people here, I mean, even though it's hard to even, who knows what we would have done, been put in the exact same situation, same circumstances. We don't know the whole context. Of course, we're going to think, well, why didn't she just get out and walk away? She had never even been to a school really around people, or like, she wouldn't even really, how would she know what to do? Like, I don't know. She's just was purposely sheltered her whole life and kept away from the public and people, except when it was news crews or, Habitat for Humanity. Yeah, she was a prisoner to her mother, and she didn't see a way out. I agree. You don't hold it against her. Either do I. But, I mean, hold it against her. Could she have done something different? Or should she have done something different? Yes. but you should never resort to that type of violence. Of course, but there's a lot that goes into this situation. Like, just like that officer said, things are not always as they seem.
She probably had it. She had to be homeschooled. Her conditions were so severe. Poor girl. Wink.
I remember my mom had gave me this little glass house, and she said, one day this will be real. And now it finally is.
Gypsy Rose's father was, apparently, a real piece of shit. Wasn't around an alcoholic drug abuser who made fun of his daughter's conditions. Their house had been built by Habitat for Humanity, specially built for poor Gypsy. It had a
So this video was made 4 years ago. I don't know. It's weird hearing that about the father, and then many of you guys are speaking good about the father, so I don't know what the situation there was. I remember actually from the case, like in the past, I thought I remember the father not being allowed to, somehow the mother making it very difficult. There was something about it. I'd have to, but I don't think it was. He corrects it towards the end. Right, Smokey? I believe he wasn't too good back then. The dad was kept from her. Mom told her not to speak at the doctor's office, just then play with her Barbie doll. Yes, to make it look like she was much younger. You know? And she's playing with dolls, like how she has her jumping off into the snow in there. And what she said about the glass house, and that my mom said one day this would be real. And here it is. You know, come on. That was so scripted. Of course, nobody's going to think anything of it, though, at the time, because nobody's going to believe that somebody would actually do that to their own child. You know, that's not going to be at the forefront of your mind. But yeah, I've seen an action by Munchausen by proxy. Like, it's, yeah, I've definitely seen how it can affect people or somebody's life. Can you imagine your mother trying to convince you were sick your whole life and that something was wrong with you? She did it. The mother, of course, mother had mental issues and abandonment issues, but you can't, I don't know, you can't control others like that. When they were all around, Gypsy should have got up and said, "It's a miracle, I can walk."
Ramp up to the front door, a jacuzzi tub, to help her. They were pitied by the local community, as you can imagine. They went on funded trips to Disney World and met Miranda Lambert through the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Had to Google Miranda Lambert. Never heard of her.
You don't know me from Adam.
So
Oops, I hit the wrong tab. Never heard of Miranda Lambert. Are you serious? Oh my God. Wow. Okay. Maybe I am getting old. Yeah, she even had a feeding tube. Yeah. Can imagine she loved the money and attention. Must live far away. Yeah, I don't get how the doctors wouldn't know either, except the fact that they say that Dee Dee supposedly had a medical background and was able to use her limited knowledge, I guess, as the way to help her move right along through her scamming ways, I guess. And one of the doctors, somebody said in the chat, was a friend of hers who would refer Gypsy to all kinds of specialists. Aw, thank you, Ray. Happy New Year, Ziggy. Hard to believe this is my third New Year's here. Oh my God. You're right. And thank you so much. That is so nice of you. This is the third New Year's. I'm trying to think, though, if I've even... I don't think I've ever actually really been live, well, during the countdown or anything. That is crazy. It is the third New Year's. Wow. It's probably my third year New Year's. Well, yeah, Jam, of course. And Sheba's. And Country Girls. And Kathy's. So, yeah, it's amazing that you guys have been here since then. I really appreciate you guys. You have no idea. That was nice of Raybird. So this guy, honestly, he's just young, and I know Miranda Lambert hasn't been, her prime's been gone for a little while, I guess. This guy probably was 10 years old while she was in her prime. I don't know, maybe younger. How old do you think that guy is? Like 23 or something? Anyways.
Things were going, I guess you could say. They were well liked, and they needed just some extra help from those around them.
Thank you, Miss Ruby. And I always said, you're the reason I was born to be your mama.
But Dee Dee and Gypsy were in a tough situation, but never without a smile. Heartwarming story. Until June 2015, when this post went up on Dee Dee's Facebook page. Swiftly followed by this one. Friends and neighbors, as you can imagine, started freaking out. And so the police were notified and called to the abode. When the police entered the home...
So that was a strange thing to put here. Let's go back. What is going on? Did your Facebook get hacked? I never heard you talk like that. Sounds like y'all are watching a movie. D, what's wrong? I fucking slashed that fat pig and raped her sweet innocent daughter. Her scream was so fucking loud, LOL. Okay, that's disturbing. And I've seen this before. And that's a hard one to come up with an excuse for. First of all, I want to know who wrote that. If that was her, that is definitely concerning. If it was Gypsy. the crow. Yeah, trigger warning. Yeah, it's kind of wonder if it was a guy though. I hope it was.
Friends and neighbors.
That is not D.
As you can imagine.
Did someone notify the local police? That sounds scary. Yes, I think someone should report this. I'll call now. Does anyone know address?
Started freaking out.
PM me, please. They're friends in Louisiana. We live down the road from them. We are headed there now. Please let us know if all is good. Yes, thank you. Kimberly, please call police too to meet you there. Please update.
And so the police were notified and called to the abode. When the police entered the home that night, they found poor, loving mother Dee Dee Blanchard dead as hell, stabbed to death. And she had been laying there for several days. And Gypsy was gone. Who would do this to this poor, innocent family who inspired nothing but feelings of pity and love? Gypsy herself was...
For several days? How? If that was posted, why did it take several days? I'm guessing that was posted pretty much immediately. Or maybe they posted it. Maybe they posted that like after a couple days. No one ever came by. She didn't let people in the house much. One show said the boyfriend told her what to write, but I don't know. For several days they posted. After stripper Gypsy Rose Lee. Sounds kind of like similar to what I heard about Summer Wells and
well, brain damaged and confined to a wheelchair. So she couldn't have left herself, and who would take Gypsy Rose and do God knows what with her? The police immediately opened an investigation. Then a young woman named Aaliyah Woodmansey approached the police. She told them a secret Gypsy had told her, which may be a valuable lead. Gypsy? She had a secret boyfriend. Aaliyah was very close to Gypsy, though they were rarely left alone together, as Dee Dee was always by Gypsy's side. And so Gypsy would communicate with Aaliyah via a secret Facebook account. There she told Aaliyah she had met a man on a Christian singles site, and they'd fallen in love. Dee Dee was, of course, unaware. His name was Nicholas Godejohn. They'd been communicating with each other for over 2 years, and he knew and didn't care about her myriad of maladies. And so, gaining access to these messages, the police were able to trace Nicholas Godejohn's IP address to Big Bend, Wisconsin. There was a short standoff, and Nicholas surrendered. Gypsy was with him, thankfully unharmed. She was returning home, safe.
I have some neighbors that named their daughter Gypsy Rose. The doctor called him lexapro, clonazepam, and something else I can't get till Tuesday. He dies most. Yeah, New Year's is kind of screwing up the. I have a similar issue. 222 in chat. Yeah, I've noticed it's got stuck on 222 a lot today.
We have located Gypsy in another state. She is okay. We do have another person of interest in custody.
Specify at the beginning of this press conference that this is an ongoing investigation. And I want to start off with saying things are not always as they appear. Both Facebook postings that appeared that everyone has copies of were authored by Gypsy. I want to make a statement to use caution in donating money to this family at this time, as we have unearthed the appearance of a long financial fraud scheme along with this tragic event. It appears, as you all know, when we put out the age of Gypsy, it appears that there is several date of births that have been used over a period of time. We also know that she can walk without assistance or a wheelchair, and she can do that very well. We are at a point now that the prosecutor has filed charges this morning for first-degree murder on 2 suspects.
Yeah, here comes the fall. She walked out of Nicholas's house. No wheelchair, no oxygen tank, no real illnesses at all. Nothing was wrong with Gypsy Rose. It's a miracle. Gypsy would tell police there was nothing wrong with her. Never had been. Her mother had been committing fraud all these years. And although Dee Dee was now dead, people believe she had Munchausen syndrome by proxy. She essentially invented illnesses for Gypsy. And Gypsy told the police everything that had been done to her. And that Nicholas and her murdered Dee Dee.
How's the sandwich?
Oh, it's very delicious.
You're the first person I've ever heard say that. Hey, Gypsy, is this Stan? Hi, Gypsy. Let you guys talk. I'm Detective Hancock. I'm with the County Sheriff's Office. How are you today? Good. Doing all right? Good. All right. Well, Gypsy, I'm here and I'm going to get a little bit of information from you. So,
hey, Candace. So it takes like the heaviness away, and the clonazepam helps keep the anxiety away. You hate her fate, babe. She has that. I don't know. I'm sure her mom like really encouraged her to talk like that, but she still has that baby voice.
since this is the first time I've ever met you, okay, so.
Okay, so she can actually walk.
Yep.
And stand and do everything.
Yep.
But her mom wanted her to use the wheelchair and pretend like she was 16.
Yeah, 16 and disabled, yes.
Okay, so what would she do to pretend like she's disabled?
Oh gosh, I can't even answer that question because I've only been around her one time when she was in her wheelchair.
Okay.
And other than that one time.
So she can walk everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So when she was with you this whole time, she hasn't had to have a wheelchair.
Nope.
She can walk upstairs.
Yep.
Walk downstairs.
Walk downstairs, upstairs.
Okay. Okay. So, all right.
Well, Gypsy, we are here investigating something, so I do need to talk with you about some things, okay?
I'm thankful because I have no idea why I'm here.
Okay.
Nobody will tell me anything.
Yeah, that's fine. That's kind of why we're here.
So she's definitely going to have skills of manipulation, knowing how to manipulate people, because that's what her mom has taught her to do her whole life. Unfortunately, see, this is just such a horrible thing to do to your child, and for selfish gain. It's horrible.
To kind of help you out with that, okay? So what I've got to talk to you about, if you're involved in this, you need to tell me that now, okay?
I'm completely 100% honest.
And let me talk for just a second, okay? But if you're involved in this, then you need to be honest with me. You need to tell me now and not wait till later. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I guess she's your girlfriend, Gypsy's your
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she is.
And you love her?
Oh, do I ever?
You love her a lot?
I was bummed my eyes out waiting for this moment to where I can talk to you. I was so worried about her.
You need to be honest with me. And if you're involved in anything that I'm about ready to tell you, then you need to tell me, okay? Your mom's dead, okay? Now, what I want to ask you is, your mom's passed away, okay? And she's deceased, all right? Now, what I want to ask you, did you have involvement in this? Okay.
Yeah. I think she loves you too. You know, we spoke to her, and for a long time, And I'm kind of thinking maybe she loves you a little more than you love her, because you're sitting here telling me things that I know aren't true. And then she's sitting here telling me things that are true. And if you really love her, I don't think you would want her in that situation, okay? The situation that she's in right now.
Just listen to me, okay, sweetheart? You know what happened to your mom, okay? You know exactly. Sweetheart, listen to me. Let's not go down that road.
Oh, okay. Why didn't nobody know she could walk?
Her mom wanted everyone thinking that she's like 16 the entire time. So, yeah, she felt kind of trapped.
I think I get things very, very clearly. You think that it's me? Why don't you think that it's me? I have always thought my mom and I are best friends.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Can you tell me this first? Did
You guys are all. Yeah, I need a lawyer present, but this is like such a tough situation as far as like what is the right type of punishment for Gypsy in this situation. And I see a lot of, especially like guys in the comments saying things, well, she got him, he has to be in prison the rest of his life and she's out, when it was her idea. I mean, we have control over our own decisions. We have to be responsible for our own decisions. But she too could have done something different, but I'm trying to imagine being in that situation and your whole life not knowing anything different than, what you've been told by your mom. She did confide that lady that was shown earlier, the blonde that said that she had became friends with Gypsy and they were messaging. Gypsy had told this girl like about the guy she had met and yeah, she had started telling her that her mom wouldn't, she wasn't allowed to do things. And I don't know if I believe he was punished too much. The ministries. Yeah, I don't know if I'd think that he got. I mean, he did commit it, and I understand that he's the one that committed it. I used to have to take Xanax for sleep. Now I hit my vape and it works fast and I feel great the next day. Yeah. You should try gummies. I feel like he could have at least gotten parole, not life without parole. Yeah, I like gummies better.
Gypsy know that you were going to kill her mother?
Honestly, she asked me to.
Okay. So Gypsy knew you were going to do it because Gypsy asked you to.
Yes.
Why did she ask you to do that?
Because she felt it was her only way to be with me.
Okay. She felt like if you killed the mom, then that's the only way she could be with you.
Yeah. Now, I think that's kind of where you're at with that. I think that you're stressing your life because your mom wanted you to stay so little all the time. Finally got to a point and you just said, you know what? I'm done. No matter what, mom, I'm going to go with my boyfriend. I'm going to do whatever I want now. You made a decision, okay? But we need to get to why this happened to your mom. Why did this happen?
Has Gypsy asked you to kill anyone else?
No.
Okay, she just wants you to kill her mom.
Yes.
Okay. And how did Gypsy ask you to do that? Did she ask you to do that in a text message, on a Facebook, or in person, or something different?
Well, it was more than once. I mean, you had Facebook. We would talk about it on there. We would talk about it even on Texas.
Okay. And what kind of things would Gypsy tell you that she wanted you to do?
She wanted. The thing is that I know she loves her mom a lot. I know she does.
Yeah.
You do know why it happened, okay?
I don't know why it happened.
Let me tell you something. I walked out that door.
Did she have a heart attack? She was
Hey,
sick.
look at me. We're not going to play those games. I'm not going to do that. So why do you think they did this?
I didn't say you did.
Sweetheart, I already know. I've already talked to people, okay? And right now,
He said that he hated my mom, but because my mom didn't want us to stay together.
The only reason I did it is because I did it for me and her. That's the real reason I did it. I would have never did it if it was not for me and her.
Okay. So you wouldn't have done it if somebody else would have asked?
No. There's no way I would have did it for anyone else.
Okay, so you just
I
did it.
truly do worship her to the point there's nothing I want to do for her.
Okay. Okay.
I truly do worship her. They said he had a mind of a 14-year-old and he was manipulated by Gypsy. Yeah, see, it's like such a. Is there a channel that I can just talk to people that are fucked in the head just like me? There's a lot of people that are fucked in the head here on YouTube, so just a good guy that's lost his way. He has Asperger's. Yeah.
Well, I think you've proved that, right?
Yes.
I think that you've proved that you do what she asked you to do, if that's the case, if she did ask you.
Yeah, she did ask me.
Okay, and she asked you more than once?
He killed my mom.
Did you have sex with Dee?
No.
You didn't stick your penis anywhere on her?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Positive?
I'm 100% positive.
Okay. Did you stick your penis in her mouth?
Nope.
Okay. Did your penis touch anywhere on Dee's body?
Nope.
you didn't know what his intentions were with your mom?
I was kind of afraid of him, so I thought I'd give him time to cool off, I guess. And then I heard all the screaming, and I was so scared that I just covered my ears. And I just crawled up in a little corner.
So did you kill your mom?
No, sir.
Did you help
No, sir.
Nicholas kill your mom?
No, sir.
Did she ask you why you were here?
She asked me more than once because what happened was, at first she wanted, because the thing was is that she wanted to do it herself, but she was too, what's the word? Not cautious. It's I guess scared is just the word I'm looking for.
Okay.
She didn't want to actually do it.
Okay.
Did you have knowledge that Nicholas was going to kill your mom before he did it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sit tight for me, okay?
So I can't remember for sure, but wasn't it said he had autism? Yeah. I think that she put the shimmy shuffle on him. He's been being honest. She's being manipulative. There's people out there shooting off fireworks. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's starting to wake. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. I knew it. I swear he hears everything. It was like way out in the distance. I heard fireworks and I was like, oh no. And it, like, he was in a, I'm talking about Bandit. He was in a, like, deep sleep too. And I was just kind of like, oh no. No, he's trying to lay back down. Let's see how long that lasts.
In June of 2015, were you in a wheelchair?
Yes.
Did Nick know you were in a wheelchair?
Yes,
Why were you in a wheelchair in June of 2015?
because my mother forced me to be in one.
Do you know why you were forced to be in a wheelchair?
No, sir, she just forced me to be in one.
And how long had you been in a wheelchair as of June of 2015?
Since probably I was about 8 years old.
Gypsy Rose was born in 1991, shortly after her parents separated. They didn't separate, by the way, because her dad, Rod, was a piece of shit. He just realized he had gotten married for the wrong reasons. Gypsy Rose was born a healthy baby, but Dee Dee thought she might have sleep apnea. After multiple tests by doctors coming back negatory, Dee Dee continued with the ill kid routine. Dee Dee told doctors that Gypsy had seizures every couple of months, so they...
Wow. She used to look way different. So
put her on anti-seizure medications. Dee Dee insisted to doctors that her daughter had muscular dystrophy, even after tests proved she didn't. She had surgery on her eyes after Dee Dee said she had eye issues. Gypsy's teeth rotted out and had to be extracted. So why didn't doctors pick this up earlier? I mean, this is child abuse. Well, at one point, before they moved to Missouri, Dee Dee and Gypsy lived in Louisiana when Hurricane Katrina hit. And so most of Gypsy's medical records were destroyed, or at least that's what Dee Dee said. So essentially giving her free rein to make up whatever illnesses for Gypsy she wanted to, and she didn't, need evidence to back it up. The medical records are destroyed, but she has cancer, is brain damaged, has like a million things wrong with her, so charity.
Did you and your mother obtain any kind of...
That's kind of like the same story about that. Did you guys hear that story about that girl that was going to high schools, like enrolled in high schools and stuff? They use that, my medical records or my birth certificate and all that was lost in the hurricane, and they were allowing people to enroll in school without that type of stuff. Wasn't her mom a former Miss USA? Are you serious? What? What? No way. No way. Let me see. Wow.
Advantage by you being in a wheelchair?
Yes, sir.
What kind of advantage did you obtain?
Financial, attention, charity.
Gypsy didn't even know her own age. When she was 18, Dee Dee told her she was 14. Dee Dee, at least once, forged her birth cert, saying she was born in 95 rather than 91.
Was there a time between when you first were put in a wheelchair in June of 2015 that you figured out that you really didn't need to be in a wheelchair?
Yes.
When was that?
I always knew that I didn't need the wheelchair.
And how did you know that?
Because I could walk.
What illnesses did you believe you had?
Cancer, muscular dystrophy. I needed glasses. I needed hearing aids. Seizure disorder. And I can't remember what else.
And when did you figure out that you weren't actually sick?
I started to piece things together when I was 19 years old. Then I didn't understand the full extent of how healthy I was until after I got arrested.
So even at the time, even as of June of 2015, you still believed you had some of the illnesses?
Yes, sir.
Gypsy did actually try run away from Dee Dee before, more than once in fact. One time was at a convention, where she met a man she knew online, but Dee Dee quickly found her.
What happened when you let her figure out where you were?
She took me back home. She smashed my computer and my cell phone. She chained me to a bed for 2 weeks.
Other physical abuse as a result of running away other than what you already told the jury?
Yes.
What other abuse?
Hitting, punching, starvation.
Why did you not tell doctors that you knew you could walk or you didn't believe yourself to be ill during the time that you were doing this?
I didn't think that anyone would believe me. I thought they would eventually tell my mom, and that would make my home life even worse for me. I feared her more than I feared anyone else.
Rod, Gypsy's father, he remarried and had another family, and he never knew the lie. He continued to always send monthly child support gifts. Whatever they wanted or needed, he would send to look after what he thought was his extremely sick daughter. And the first time Rod saw his daughter walk was on a news report on Gypsy's arraignment hearing in Wisconsin. Both Gypsy and Nick were charged with first-degree murder. After it came to light how Dee Dee had been abusing Gypsy, sympathy for Dee Dee as the victim of a violent murder moved to Gypsy, who had suffered for many years. The death penalty was not sought for either Gypsy or Nicholas. As the investigation into the crime continued, it turned up text messages between Gypsy and Nicholas that appeared to discuss and plan Dee Dee's death. Prosecutors also said they found social media evidence of Gypsy directly asking Nicholas to kill her mother.
Gypsy, I am Daddy, just as a backup. If it doesn't go right, run out of the house as fast as you can, hon. Defendant, baby, there is no other option. He is going to finish her no matter what. That is how he is. Gypsy, okay, darling, he is brave. I respect and admire that. Smiley face. Honey, you forgot, though, he is ruthless, and his hatred of her will force her to die, honey. You'll enjoy it, baby. Heart. Defendant. After we do that, sweetheart, I'll hold you like the baby girl of mine that you are. Heart. Gypsy. And we will be happy soon after this night. We never bring it up. Gypsy. I just want to say this. Thank you. You're my hero, Heart, and I will never leave you. I'm staying with you for eternity.
At some point, you decided to kill your mother. Is that correct?
Yes.
When was that?
Thoughts of it started a year prior to the murder actually happening.
Whose idea was it to kill your mother?
Mine.
Why did you want to kill your mother?
Because I wanted to be free of her hold on me.
Gypsy's defense attorney secured a plea bargain to second-degree murder for Gypsy. In July 2015, she accepted the plea bargain agreement and was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Nicholas still faced more severe charges, as prosecutors said he initiated the murder plot, and both he and Gypsy agreed that he was the one who actually killed Dee Dee. In January 2017, his trial was postponed when prosecutors requested a second psychiatric exam.
Oh, he got chubby.
His lawyers contended that he has an IQ of 82 and is on the autism spectrum. In December 2017, the judge set Nicholas's trial for November 2018. At opening arguments, prosecutors alleged that Nicholas Godejohn had deliberated for over a year before the crime. Prosecutors showed jurors sexually explicit text messages that Gypsy and Nicholas shared in the week before the murder, as well as the knife he had used. In some of the texts, he asked for details about Dee Dee's room and sleeping habits. After deliberating for approximately 2 hours, the jury returned with the verdict, and Nicholas was found guilty of first-degree murder and armed criminal action. In February 2019, he was sentenced to life in prison. Well, the prosecutors knew that what Dee Dee had done to Gypsy was horrific, so they didn't seek the death penalty, but they had murdered someone, so can't really sweep that one out of the rug. It's such a strange case. Although Dee Dee was the murdered woman, it's impossible not to have endless sympathy for Gypsy, for being forced to grow up under her being subject to surgery that she didn't need, endless medications, having her teeth taken out of her head because of something that didn't exist. Her mother, Dee Dee, was just, I don't know, had a mental condition. This was a horrific case of child abuse, and I think the death of Dee Dee was the only way this could have ended. She never would have let go of Gypsy. I just hope that in prison, Gypsy's getting the treatment she definitely needs after a childhood like that. Although she is engaged to a man who began writing to her after watching a HBO documentary about the case. So she's moving on up.
What? That's not the same guy, is it? Who the hell?
Documentary about the case. So she's moving on up. Needs after a childhood like that. Although she is engaged.
What the? Who is that? Oh, okay. They broke up and she married another guy. Okay. Well, the first one was more normal looking. Doctors should be, I've seen people say that too about the doctors that should be looked into. I think they should definitely be looked into to see, like, and make sure, you know, to make sure that that they didn't actively know that this was all a scam. I'm sure that there was many doctors that didn't know. I mean, but it would be, I think it should be looked into to see if any doctors did know, because that's, you're talking about a child. I read a couple books on this. Dee Dee would get copies of every doctor appointment. If any doctor made her think they were on to her, or there was a couple who mentioned possible Munchausen, and then she moved. Her husband started writing her during the pandemic after a bet with one of his colleagues. He looks thinner in the photo. Yeah, I guess that's a different guy. Everyone involved in her medical situations should be arrested. Anybody intentional or anybody who was actively involved, knowing that she was perfectly fine, she's going to have the scars of the, you know, of this her whole life. I mean, I'm sure though that she's going to end up making bukus of dollars off of her trauma, but it still doesn't make up for what she had to go through, you know. Money is not everything at all. Actually, not to me, not even really close. Yeah, it's just a tool. There's lots of people who have lots of money that hate themselves. So it's not like it makes up for everything that she had to go through. I don't know. Those of you guys saying about her possibly, like, what if she has a baby? And gosh, who knows what all those medical treatments did to her insides, you know? And if she could even have children, or if the child would even be okay. You know, and pregnancy does a lot of harm to your teeth and your bones for many, because the baby takes the nutrients and stuff, and some people's bones and teeth get weak after pregnancy, and she already obviously has like issues in that area because of the medicines and surgeries that she had to go through. Her husband is a special ed teacher. The colleague wrote another serial killer, and he said he would write Gypsy Rose. Probably because she's on Medicaid and they abuse it. Yeah, guarantee money. So that was a bet of how it started. I know, I would like to know, like, specifically, I'd like to see medical records. That would be interesting. I know that's nothing that, unless she would release them herself. Just curiosity. I would like to see, like, visually. It's just crazy to me that somebody would put their child through that. If I was her, I wouldn't want to have children, even if, yeah, I would be afraid, I think. It does kind of in a way, Fancy, I'm not going to lie. It does feel that way. And you're not the only one that thinks that. There's lots of people who believe that. Because of how he's like taking pictures of them kissing, and well, they see this. People have seen a movie or a film crew or something, but I don't know if that's like. It's probably for some documentary. I mean, this is probably how she's going to survive the rest of her life. Is profiting off of her past, you know, but it can help others. You know, she can help others who are in desperate situations, you know, come up with a different solution. You know, she could really help people. Then said he fell in love because she was so caring and compassionate. She lied to the cops about the murder of her mother. Plus, she's old now, too. Some doctors label you high risk as soon as you hit 35. Yeah. She's 32 now, so, I mean, I don't know. For some reason, I have a feeling that she's going to try to have babies. I just have a feeling. And that's obviously her right, but me personally, like I think but with her mindset, we have to put ourselves in her mindset. She does seem to be a little, I don't know if she's actually really what her IQ is. I mean, she seems average intelligence, actually. It's just their baby talk. Haven't they renamed it much? I don't think so. But yeah, I would be afraid I think I would be afraid that, oh my gosh, like, am I going to be the same type of mother as my freaking mom? But sometimes people, for some reason, like for me, I'm complete opposite of my parents. Like, and that's because, yeah, because I, you know, certain things I didn't agree with growing up, just like, and I was like, I'm never going to do that to my kids. You know what I mean? Type thing. Or I'm never going to, and so some people learn and grow from their upbringing in a positive way. Like those who are treated poorly, not saying I was treated poorly, I'm just saying those people who were abused growing up in situations like this, some people end up having very productive lives. And but some, for some reason, they just continue the cycle. And some of those text messages and the way she was talking, it's concerning. But I agree with that guy. It's hard not to feel like a lot of sympathy for her. It's 12/31/23. Yep. And it's about to be 1/1/2024. Mother was very militant. Oh gosh, my dad. Yeah, my mom and dad, in a way. I know. I hope I'm. Supposedly, her father says she has received a lot of that stuff in prison. But I don't know. No, he's not the guy in the picture. At all. The guy she married's like even goofier looking. Who is Ryan Anderson? Gypsy Rose Blanchard's husband. The couple met and married while Gypsy Rose was serving time for second-degree murder. He's a teacher from Lake Charles, Louisiana, who married Gypsy Rose Blanchard while she was serving part of a 10-year sentence for second-degree murder, later reduced to 8 years. During her time in prison, Ryan appeared to visit her regularly, posting updates on his social media account. I surprised my wife with one last visit before she comes home in 79 days. Here he is waiting on her outside. Oh, wait, no, this one says, I surprised my wife with one last visit before she comes home in 79 days. Well, he must have visited her again because I saw one on his Facebook that said that he had like 56 days or something. I know the home that I'm going home to is with my husband, and I'm going to have a really supportive family dynamic. I think that's what I've been missing this whole time. How did Gypsy meet her husband? The pair first got to know one another after Ryan wrote to Gypsy Rose in 2020 during the pandemic. He told People magazine that he was inspired to do so after a colleague informed him of their plans to write Joe Exotic, the also imprisoned star of Tiger King. I said, I'll tell you what, if you write him, I'll write Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And I had watched her documentary Mommy, Dead, and Dearest like 3 years before that, Ryan explained. And then the act, a dramatized version of Blanchard's story, had come out, and I've never watched the act, but I remember my friends talking about the act, and I was like, I'll watch the documentary again. So it was kind of fresh on my mind. After firing off an email and not expecting to hear anything back in response, Ryan was shocked to soon receive a reply from Gypsy Rose, who apparently was drawn to the fact that he was from Louisiana and enjoyed hearing about his relationship with his nephew. The written messages that then evolved into regular phone calls. It was a full year before the pair met in person due to COVID pandemic, seeing restrictions put in place at the prison. Some 2 years after Ryan sent that first email on July 21st, 2022, the couple wed in an intimate prison ceremony with no guest present. Gypsy Rose later said in an interview that they planned to have a big party and to redo the ceremony when she once again has her freedom, but added that it'll be mostly for everybody else rather than two of them. It is also said that they hope to have a family. Oh, there you go. It is also said that they hope to have a family together one day. So I didn't know it was on. I'm sitting here reading it. You guys, it was on the screen. I'm sorry. Man, money motives. Yeah. I mean, it's definite. It's definite. Like, she's definitely going to make plenty of money. I mean, I don't think money's ever going to be an issue as long as she's not like overspending and living within her means. Like, she should, I don't think she's ever going to have an issue. But I kind of, yeah, I don't think we should take a bet. Here, I'll draw a card real quick. I'm not going on camera right now. Maybe I'll do a full reading on my other channel later night. Maybe do a New Year's Eve special or something. But let's see. I'm going to ask the cards if they're going to end up being together. Let's see, how can I put this? I would almost bet that they're going to it's not going to last. I don't think it's going to last. Is this marriage between Gypsy Rose and her new husband, is it going to last? Well, actually, I'm getting a yes. Is it going to last? Whoa. Oh, a whole bunch of cards just fell out, so. Ziggy Stardust. Nope, that's not me. She won't. Yeah, but she's going to have her book and stuff. She has her books and documentaries she's doing. That's what I'm thinking, about a year or less. But is this relationship going to last? I feel like, yeah. That's weird. I didn't. I don't know. I'm not getting the definite no like I expected. Ziggy Stardust album. Yeah, I agree. I mean, with everything she had to go through and in prison, on top of that. Hopefully she doesn't like prove everybody wrong and end up killing her husband too, and end up making the legal system look like a joke. Look like the joke that it is. But anyways, I'm going to get off here, guys, and might be on doing readings later. So I hope everybody, I don't know if any of you guys are going to do anything for New Year's. It's Sunday. I don't even know. Like, I'm just not a holidays person. All right, guys. I'm going to go. I'll talk to everybody later.